Hello everyone, welcome back to Orbit TV. Today we have more news on Waking Titan. It's not crazy news, I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking, but it's a little bit of an update from yesterday, so I'm going to get straight into the video. Alright, so last night, basically on the Waking Titan page, you had to listen to this certain this certain radio station, which was sent onto the page, and it was going to be on June 10th. I spoke about this yesterday, so people were listening to it. They played, the music was fantastic. It was rocking, it was jamming. But anyway, at about 5:28 AM, there was an advertisement played which read, "I lost my grandmother Emma 2 years ago. She was 85. I miss her so much." You know, actually, I'm going to play it now just so you can listen to it.
I lost my grandmother Emma 2 years ago. She was 85. I miss her so much. But now, thanks to Echo software, I can hear her voice back just using a sample from an old home movie.
Are you filming this, honey?
I can make her say what makes me feel close to her again, like,
I love you, honey, and I'm leaving you all my jewelry.
Thanks to Echo software, everybody's voice can be anybody's. Visit echo-64.com.
So, the weirdest thing out of that is how the grandmother taught. It's so creepy. It creeped the shit out of me. I'm sitting in my house right now by myself and I'm so scared. But the thing we have to look at is echo-64.com. Now, before this was broadcast, it just showed that you are not ready for this yet, which shows on all of the sites. But now it shows begin second sequence. Initialization may take up to 24 hours. Now, you might be wondering, well, you know, what's the importance of this? We don't clearly know what is going on right now. Well, I'm now going to go get into some theories. Sorry, before I move on, I forgot to mention something yet again. I feel like this is going to be a long-running joke within my episodes, but basically, at the start of this clip, I'm going to replay it again. You hear what seems to be like the Atlas. So when you go into an Atlas station, you hear this little pulse. I don't know if you can recognize it, but I'll play it again for you now. First and foremost, there's a bunch of sites which have been uncovered, such as Atlas 65, Echo 64, which you've just known. There's also Superlimina-6C, and there's all a bunch of other sites. They're really a bit crazy. So basically, what they are, what people are saying they are, is the start of what the Atlas used to be. So what we know in No Man's Sky is that we are in a simulation. I'm not going to ruin the lore too much, but you should know this by now, but we are all in a simulation, and that the Atlas is the beating heart of the universe. So this is maybe, I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe it's like the advertisements before the Atlas became such this big supernatural owner of the universe. Such things I don't know just yet, but the second theory is actually, well, it's really interesting. So, what we know is that a human company called Echo Software developed an AI called Echo 64, which was able to take a sample of someone's voice and recreate speech. Now, what someone is saying, this technology evolved, so this is actually set in the past, and No Man's Sky is the future of it, or maybe this is the present, like something like a Black Mirror episode, referencing the future. Anyway, this technology created and evolved, and soon people's consciousness can be completely replicated and uploaded to a cloud as an echo, called later a KORVAX echo. So once death came, one could go to a simulated heaven run by super intelligent AI. This is how the Atlas was born. It was used for science, knowledge sharing, and ultimately immortality. Soon the humans then abandoned their flesh bodies and had their consciousness transferred by the Atlas, a new god, to a mechanical body, the KORVAX casing. So the KORVAX are humans in machine bodies, and Waking Titan could mean the inception of Atlas. So, I know that's pretty fucking crazy, but the KORVAX are a sentient mechanical species that venerate the Atlas, their god and their creator. They want to know more about themselves and the universe, and are always following a path of progress. Now, this sounds exactly like humans from the very beginning of time. When the robot or the KORVAX dies, their consciousness is released in the form of an echo, which does sound very familiar to the Echo 64, and through the Atlas, a new KORVAX is born through this echo. It's an eternal process. The leftover, the body, is what they call the KORVAX casings. So, what further like really pushes this theory into place. The beginning, when a KORVAX died naturally, his echo would go straight to the convergence, which is the cloud to heaven, the simulation earlier, which this guy was talking about. There was a time where the KORVAX worshipped the Sentinels, part of the Atlas, and learned about the universe along with them. Now, this is very early times in the KORVAX. The KORVAX were actually enslaved by the Atlas and nearly eradicated by the Gek, I believe. So the KORVAX are essentially an anthropomorphic species, and in contrast with the Viking and Gek, they are very similar to us. So, now, this guy has also put Watch Cobra TV's video on the KORVAX lore. I will link that in the description. That is a very good video, especially for those that want to learn about the KORVAX. But this theory, judging into Waking Titan, does make a hell of a lot of sense. It's crazy to think about how something this big has turned into this big. Anyway, so another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that the communication station was only on PC and it wasn't on PS4. Kind of contradicts the contract, maybe, that Hello Games would have, but I don't think personally that has anything to do with it. The thing is that the communication station wasn't on PS4, it was only on PC. So, the final thing I wanted to show, which is now a little bit of a theory, you know these chevrons in the cassette tape that I was talking about yesterday? Here is an actual image of it. So what you see on the left is the spectrogram from the cassette tapes, and what you see on the right is when you get access granted on Waking Titan when you put in the right password. They look freakishly similar, and it is quite creepy. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I should be doing an interview with one of the Reddit mods today. I will try and get that up by around 5 PM GMT, because that's when I start work again. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll keep you updated with more news. Stay in touch.